Morning students, in this video we will continue with the grade 6th and we will discuss the next topic of the lesson number 2. The next topic is that to distinguish between the mixture and compound containing the iron and sulfur. Okay students, we have discussed already how to prepare the mixtures and how to prepare the compound by using iron and sulfur. If you want to prepare the mixture, then you have to simply mix them, and if you want to prepare the compound of by using the iron and sulfur, you have to heat the mixture. Okay, so here we will use this example to distinguish between the mixtures and compound. So here is the table through which we can understand the difference between these. First one, appearance property. Okay, experiment. uh, Take a small quantity of a mixture. In this experiment we have to take the small quantity of mixture and observe it with our naked eyes, and after that with the magnifying glass. What you will observe? You will observe here that the iron and sulfur particle are visible. That means they are seen clearly even with the naked eye. Already I told you, if the constituents are visible or we can see the constituents, then the mixture is a type of a heterogeneous. Okay. Inference means observation or the reason which causes the observation. Okay, so here second, take a small quantity of compound, okay, of iron and sulfur. Firstly we have taken the quantity of mixture, now we will take the compounds quantity, okay, of iron and sulfur, and we have to observe it again. What you will observe? The whole mass appears uniform in color. That means the particles of iron and sulfur are not visible here, means we cannot see the iron and sulfur clearly with our naked eye. That means the compound is a homogeneous. Okay, next, behavior towards the magnet. You know that when we move the magnet over the mixture of iron and sulfur, then what you will observe? The iron particle get attracted towards the magnet and sulfur left behind. That means we can separate the mixture by using the magnet. Okay, so that means the constituent element of a mixture can be separated by using the physical method. But if you will move the magnet over the compound of iron sulfide, then the iron do not get attracted towards the magnet, and that means the constituents of a compound cannot be separated by using the physical method. It is not mentioned here, but I am telling you here. Okay. Next property, behavior towards the carbon disulfide. It is a chemical compound which is used to distinguish between the compound and a mixture. So what is the experiment for this here? Take a little mixture of iron and sulfur in a test tube. Now we will take the mixtures. Okay, mixture of iron and sulfide in a test tube and add 1 to 2 ml of carbon disulfide. Shake well and filter. Collect the filtrate in the china dish. Let carbon disulfide evaporate. Okay, the carbon disulfide dissolves, sulfur and iron particle are left on the filter paper. That means whenever we are adding the carbon disulfide into the mixture of iron and sulfur, the sulfur get dissolved in the carbon disulfide. Okay, uh, and the iron fillings or iron is left over the filter paper. Okay, yellow sulfur crystal can be seen in the china dish after carbon disulfide has evaporated. Okay, that means after evaporating the carbon disulfide, the yellow precipitate of a sulfur left behind. Okay, I'll tell you here. This is the test tube. In this test tube, we have taken the iron sulfide mixture of iron and sulfur, and we will add here the carbon disulfide disulfide into the mixture of iron and sulfur. So we will see here the sulfur get dissolved into the carbon disulfide. After dissolving the sulfur, we will use the filter paper. This is the funnel. So here we will use the filter paper to filtrate this. This is the filter paper. When we will keep this mixture into the funnel, then the iron is left behind over the filter paper and the filtrate will come out in the beaker. Okay, now this filtrate contain the sulfur and carbon disulfide. Now this filtrate we will take into the china dish, and in the china dish the carbon disulfide will evaporate. Get evaporate, and here the precipitate of sulfur left behind. PPT mean to say the precipitate of sulfur left behind after evaporating the carbon disulfide, and these precipitate are yellow in color. Okay, by this property or by this experiment, what we understand here, in a mixture each component retain its own property, means that constituent retain its own properties. That means sulfur is soluble in carbon disulfide and iron do not dissolve in the carbon disulfide. Okay, similarly, take a small quantity of the compound of iron and sulfur in the test tube. Okay, now we will take the quantity of compound in the test tube and we will add the 1 to 2 ml of carbon disulfide in the test tube. The compound of iron and sulfur does not dissolve in the carbon disulfide, means no constituent or compound do not dissolve in iron and into the carbon disulfide. In the above experiment we have seen that sulfur dissolve in the carbon disulfide, but here the compound of iron and sulfur do not dissolve in the carbon disulfide. So in this observation, but we conclude, in a compound the constituents lost their characteristics property. It means that the constituents of compound lost its property after its formation. It means neither iron nor sulfur get dissolved into the, or compound of iron and sulfide do not dissolve in the carbon disulfide. Okay, it means sulfur also lost its property of dissolving in the carbon disulfide. Okay, next is effect of heat. Take a small quantity of prepared mixture in a test tube and heat it. Okay, we will take the mixture of iron and sulfur and heat it. At higher temperature, iron and sulfur react to form a steel grey substance which does not show the properties of iron and sulfur. It means by heating the mixture of iron and sulfur, the compound of iron sulfide is formed. Okay, the constituents of a mixture are iron and sulfur react to heating to give a compound called the iron sulfide. But if you will heat the compound in the second case, if you will heat the small quantity of the compound in the test tube, then no reaction occurs here. That means the compound of iron and sulfide resemble chemically unchanged on heating. Okay, that means the components of or constituents of iron sulfide do not change on heating. Okay, now the next property, reaction with dilute sulfuric acids. Okay, it means when we add the dilute sulfuric acid into the mixture, then what happen? And if we will add the dilute sulfuric acid into the compound of iron sulfide, then what happen? Okay, uh, if we will react the sulfuric acid with the mixture of iron and sulfur, then what happen? The iron get reacts with the sulfuric acid and it evolve the hydrogen gas. And in the case of compound of iron sulfide, the sulfuric acid reacts with this compound iron sulfide, okay, FeS, reacts with the sulfuric acid and it evolve the hydrogen sulfide gas, H2S gas. Okay, in the mixture it evolve the hydrogen gas, and in the compound it evolve the hydrogen sulfide gas. Okay, so this is the difference between the mixture and compound by taking an example of iron and sulfur. Okay, I will end this video here only, and we will discuss the next topic of this lesson in the next video. Okay, thank you.